The following presentation is controversial and may be offensive to some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Radio from the heart of America now.
America is back, standing tall, standing tall.
Ronald Reagan was the one who said that we are a shining city on a hill. We slid down the side of that hill.
I would like to take all the credit for this.
Government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
And now, the Commander-in-Chief is back. Freedom Friday with Carl Gallups, the Oval Office of Gulf Coast Talk Radio.
All right, welcome back, America. Commander-in-Chief, you are in the Oval Office of Gulf Coast Talk Radio, and we welcome back all of our Gulf Coast listeners as well as our national listeners. And for those of you listening by podcast tomorrow around the world, God bless you, and we welcome you as well. Let's go right to the phone line because Jeff Cooner is with us, the world-famous Jeff Cooner out of Boston, WRKO, blowtorch of an Eastern Seaboard station. Plus, he is a columnist for the Washington Times. But the thing I like about him best is he loves the Lord, he loves this country, and he's my buddy. And he is a correspondent to the show Freedom Friday with Carl Gallups. Jeff, thanks for being with us again.
Great to be with you, Carl. My pleasure.
Man, I tell you what, so much going on. I don't know where you want to begin. I don't know where we should begin, but before we jump into it, let's tell our listeners that Jeff and I plan to take this last hour and just cover everything we can, and we want you to be a part of it with us, not only listening, but if you'd like to call in and comment and engage either Jeff or me on any of these topics, please do. You can talk to me most any time, but now you'll have an opportunity to speak with Jeff Cooner, who truly is a celebrity and a national figure, and through the Washington Times and through his radio broadcast out of Boston, WRKO. So if you want to ask him for his opinions, you want to engage Jeff Cooner, call us. 623-1330 is the number. The area code is 850. I will give that number out a few times over the next hour. 623-1330, 850-623-1330. If for some chance you can't remember that, you're riding down the road in your car right now and you're saying, well, when I get home within the hour, I'm going to call, just go to carlgallups.com. Go to the Freedom Friday block right there. The phone number is right there. And we're going to talk about Benghazi Gate. We're going to talk about Petraeus' testimony. We're going to talk about Obama's scandals. We're going to talk about war in Israel, and that and so much more. Jeff, again, welcome to the show. I see the phone lines are already lighting up, but let you and I get it cranked off. What is burning in your craw to open with?
Carl, I think today was a stunning day.
It was.
It is a watershed moment. This now, I think, is the beginning of the end of this presidency.
I pray to God you're correct.
I mean, General David Petraeus went up on the Hill under oath, testified that, in fact, when he received the news of the attack in Benghazi, immediately his assessment was that of the CIA, that this was an al-Qaeda attack, a terrorist attack, and more than that, he sent that off, his talking points, his memos, straight to the White House, saying that clearly the overwhelming evidence presented by the CIA and by our intelligence sources, this was a terrorist attack.
Yeah.
And then when further asked, well, why did Susan Rice, the UN ambassador, why did Hillary Clinton, why did little Jay Carney, why did the dear leader Barack Obama, when they went out and said that this was because of a video, that this was because of a spontaneous flash mob, where did that come from?
Right.
He openly stated this obviously something was removed. What we had sent was removed because the talking points that we sent to the White House were not the talking points that Susan Rice said on the talk shows.
Right.
So clearly now, Carl, we now have a trail.
Yep.
We now know that somebody in the White House, the president's men, the political team, the political shop, got their hands on the intelligence, got their hands on the information that came not just from the CIA, but from the FBI, from the National Center for Counterterrorism, for our own CIA station chief based in Libya, from the Libyan government, that this was a terrorist attack in which our people were killed in a deliberate, systematic attack upon an American target and upon our consulate.
What?
And somebody in the White House, whether it was David Plouffe or David Axelrod or Valerie Jarrett, along with the president, deliberately stripped and removed that information. They manipulated the intelligence. They manipulated and distorted what was told to them to launch a systematic campaign of deception to the American people.
Jeff, I can do you one better than that, my brother. My brother from another mother. I can tell you who it was that did it, and I can give you hardcore evidence, at least testimonial evidence. You ready?
Go ahead.
Okay, this is your article tomorrow. You ready? Here is who changed the talking points. At a news conference yesterday, press conference, Barack Hussein Obama stated when John McCain was attacking Susan Rice, he stated, if you got a problem with this, come after me. She was only saying what I told her to say. He's admitted. It's him. He did it.
Carl, I agree with you. I think
he did it.
He cut his own throat.
He did it. He admitted in the conference yesterday. He said it
in the nationally televised press conference.
Yes.
The White House sent Susan Rice out.
Yes.
At the White House's behest.
Yes.
And if you're going to go after Susan Rice, don't go after her. I want you to go after me.
Yes, and I say, let's go after him.
Carl, listen.
Let's go after him. Who is he? Who is he?
Inexorable. The paper trail leads straight to the White House.
Yes.
It leads straight to the Oval Office.
Yes.
And so, Mr. President, you said you sent her out at your behest, at the White House's behest. You are the White House.
Right. Yeah. And you said if you want to go after somebody, come after me. Prima facie evidence that he is saying, I'm the one, we're the one, the White House is the one, I'm the one, the buck stops on my desk, come after me. And I say, let's go after him. And I also say, Jeff, let's go to the phone lines because they're packed.
You got it, buddy.
Okay. Michael, welcome to Freedom Friday with Carl Gallups. I know you want to talk to Jeff. You want to ask him about this Benghazi gate. You go ahead.
Who you got? This me?
Yeah, that's you, Michael. God bless you, Michael. You want to talk about Benghazi gate? Jeff Cooner's on the line. Ask Jeff what you want to ask him.
All right. Let me put this spin on it. When the administration went out and promoted the video as the cause of the Benghazi attack, what they essentially did was put every embassy in the Arab nation under attack, because those people will attack at anything that blast or whatever they do to their Muhammad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Jeff, you want to respond to that? I mean, Michael's right, Jeff, that by using that lame lie of an excuse, they really endangered all of our embassies that are anywhere connected to the Middle East or Islamic nations, because they gave them fuel when they started talking about the video. And as we now know, the video was a big lie.
Carl, we're now sliding into a socialist dictatorship. This is what dictatorships do, and this is what tyrants and dictators do. What they did was this. Everybody has to understand the context, because the context is everything. They had just come off, Obama had just come off his Democratic National Convention. The theme of the Democratic National Convention, remember, they were in a dogfight with Mitt Romney. They were worried that Romney was going to win the election.
Right.
And their mantra was, GM is alive, Osama bin Laden is dead. They were dancing. Obama was dancing on the grave of bin Laden.
Right.
He claimed that al-Qaeda was dead. He claimed that al-Qaeda was defeated and that he crushed it. He did what George W. Bush couldn't have done. He got bin Laden and he dismantled al-Qaeda.
Right.
Well, lo and behold, less than 10 days later, we have a massive attack on our consulate in Libya by, guess what, al-Qaeda. Our ambassador is dead. 3 other American officials are dead. Immediately, the moment the attack takes place, people have to understand this. When one of our embassies or consulates is attacked, there is an automatic protocol, a security system that kicks in which immediately the State Department is alerted, the intelligence community is alerted, the CIA is alerted, the National Counterterrorism Center is alerted, everybody is alerted.
Yeah.
So immediately, the red lights are flashing, and within 24 hours, in fact, within 2 hours, we knew it was a terrorist attack. In fact, in live time, our State Department was witnessing through the drones in the air, through the cameras at the consulate, armed men with AK-47s and rocket-propelled grenades with their beards and their pajamas and the whole bit coming right across, shooting up the place. You hear our people yelling and screaming and running for cover.
Right.
The president was viewing this in lifetime.
Right.
People have to understand this. Hillary was viewing it in lifetime. Panetta was viewing it in lifetime. Petraeus was viewing it in lifetime. And what Obama said was this: my election is going up in smoke. This is going to destroy the entire narrative that I have built. What we have to do now is we have to find an alternative cover story.
A scapegoat.
We have to find a scapegoat. And somebody said they're protesting about a video in Egypt.
Yep.
Could we say that the video created a protest, a spontaneous mob here in Libya, which caused them to attack our consulate?
Right.
And he said, yes, you got it. As he said in the press conference, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Just do what you got to do.
Yep.
And that's the line that they came out with.
Yep.
And
yep.
that was why Petraeus on the 14th, he said it was a video when the evidence pointed completely the other way.
Yep.
Little Jay Carney said it was a video. Susan Rice said it was a video. He said it was a video.
And now Petraeus today let us know it wasn't.
It wasn't the video.
Yep.
In fact, he knew immediately it wasn't the video, and he informed the White House it wasn't the video.
And Obama told the reporters yesterday in conference, if you want to come after anybody, come after me, because I'm the one that told Susan Rice what to say.
So here's the key, Carl.
Okay.
We then say it's a video. It's like pouring gasoline on the fire.
Right.
So what was a minor protest in Egypt now explodes because we keep going on about this video.
Right.
And more than that, people don't know this, we paid through our tax dollars, yours, mine, and all the listeners, nearly $90,000 to run ads on television and radio in Libya, in Egypt, in Pakistan, apologizing to the Muslim world for this anti-Muslim video.
And they knew the whole time, they were lying.
It was complete bogus. You know why? To inflame passions in the Muslim world. And you saw protests explode. In Iraq, in Afghanistan, in Pakistan, in Jordan, in Yemen, in the Palestinian
Sounds like Arab Spring, doesn't it? Sounds like Arab Spring, doesn't it?
You got it.
I'm telling you.
Exactly
Jeff,
what they did, Carl.
Jeff, listen, we got to take a time out. When we come back, we've got callers on the line dying to talk to you. Folks, you're listening to Freedom Friday. Tom, you're up next. Other folks, you guys hang on, and you can call 623-1330, area code 850-623-1330. Let me start over. Area code 850-623-1330. That's the number. You can get on the air live with Jeff Cooner.